Redmi K50 Pro Full Review. Dimensity 9002K OLED display at $470. Although the K50 Gaming Edition was released a while back, that was just a preview of the K50 series. But the most notable models in the K50 series are here, the Standard and Pro versions. In this article, we will look at the K50 Pro. I believe that after you read this review, you will be amazed that such a powerful phone is sold only for $470. The first flagship killer of 2022 has finally made its debut. And we have a little treat for our fans. Do you remember the AirDots 3 Pro Genshin Impact Edition? Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the link here for a chance to get this cute little bag and earbuds for free. Genshin fans, don't miss this out. Redmi K50 Pro Review. Design and display. Like last year's K40 series, this year's Redmi K50 Pro Black version uses a different pattern design for the back cover than the other color versions. The back cover will have a crystalline pattern that shines under the refraction of light. Redmi says the inspired by the olive meteorite. It's really beautiful, and if you are unfortunate to break the back cover glass, maybe this pattern can also cover up your broken back cover. But this lens module is personally not appealing to me. There are circles and triangles in the rectangle, which doesn't look harmonious. The lens design seems to have been seen on other phones. It has NFC, IR blaster, and stereo dual speakers. But the bezel is still made of plastic, and the fingerprint recognition is also on the bezel. All in all, you cannot doubt the functionality of the K50 Pro, but the look and design is not as good as the K40 series. The main thing I don't like is the design of the lens. Although its back design has taken a step backward, its front is really, very good. I say this especially after seeing the specs on paper. Finally, the Redmi model uses a 2K resolution OLED screen. This is probably the cheapest 2K OLED screen phone you can buy. And it performs well both in terms of viewing angle and maximum brightness. The lower bezel is also very narrow. Honestly, the screen quality of the K50 Pro is very close to that of the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Even without the interference of micro-lens technology, the K50 Pro has even better side-view color shift control than the Xiaomi 12 Pro. Although it doesn't have LTPO, which is very popular this year, it has full-scene DC dimming and adaptive colors, two features that make the screen less irritating to the eyes. The screen is surrounded by a plastic holder, which the 2K straight-screen Realme GT2 Pro does not have. The shape of the film at the hole punch is also very strange. It is actually water drop shaped. But just from the experience of using it, the K50 Pro's screen should be second only to the top flagship phones of various brands. Very good. If you buy the K50 series, remember to go to the display settings and set the resolution to 2K. Because the default resolution is FHD+. Redmi K50 Pro Review. Performance and gaming. I know that everyone is fed up with the Snapdragon 8 General one that overheats. And everyone was expecting MediaTek's Dimensity 9000 to save Android flagship phones from the fire. The K50 Pro being the first Dimensity 9000 phone we tested, we of course had to take a closer look at its performance. In Antutu, the phone scores 950,000 points, and in 3D Mark 7900. Geekbench 5 single-core is 1300, and multi-core around 4400. And the phone also passed the 3D Mark stress test without any problems. This is much better than the 8 Gen 1 phones that couldn't even complete the test. The heatsink material used in the phone is the exact same stainless steel VC as the K50 Gaming Edition. Thanks to the better processor, the Genshin Impact was able to maintain a high frame rate for a long time, and only twice in 20 minutes of gaming did the frame rate lock at 45 FPS. The maximum temperature was only 46 degrees Celsius, and the power consumption was not much. Sounds pretty good, right? But that's because the early system versions reduced the resolution of Genshin. After updating to the latest system version, the resolution is back to the normal level. But the average FPS decreased, the number of lockups at 45 FPS increased, and the temperature increased. The advantage of Dimensity 9000 was only maintained for 10 minutes. That doesn't sound good. The frame rate curve in Brightridge, which focuses on GPU performance, is not much different from other 8 General 1 phones, and the temperature reaches 50 degrees Celsius. It can be seen that Dimensity 9000 will have a better experience on short gaming sessions compared to 8 General 1. But once the game time becomes longer, the K50 Pro does not have a clear advantage. If you think the gaming experience of K50 Pro is not good enough, you can look forward to the K50 Standard Edition. Because based on the performance of Dimensity 8100 samples phone made by MTK, it is possible that its gaming experience will be better than Dimensity 9000. Redmi K50 Pro Review. Cameras. The K50 Pro is also the first Redmi phone to use OIS, which has improved the photo quality of the 108 megapixels main camera in low light. Combined with the ISP boost, you can see a lot of detail in the samples even when the environment is very dark. In most cases, it performs much better than the Redmi Note 11 Pro China, which is also 108 megapixels, especially in terms of dynamic range. But like other Redmi phones, the exposure will be slightly lower than other brands. The ultra-wide-angle camera is like any other budget phone. There is a purple fringing issue, and this issue is also different from other phones. The K50 Pro not only has a purple line at the edge of the picture, it also has a green line. And this problem is very likely to occur. There is also a lot of noise when the light is bad. Overall, its main camera has a good photo performance, like in the upper middle range, but the ultra-wide-angle camera is not good enough. But it is not a phone designed for people who like to take pictures, so this camera performance is considered to reach the pass line. The Dimensity phones we have tested before have been underperforming in terms of video recording, but the K50 Pro's video performance is satisfactory. The main camera supports up to 4K 30 fps and the ultra-wide-angle camera supports up to 1080p 30 fps. Main camera support OIS plus ICE. Clarity and stability are good. Although the K50 Pro has stereo dual speaker, the JBL logo does not appear on this phone. Redmi K50 Pro Review. Charging and battery. I had mentioned in the Xiaomi 12 Pro review that the Surge P1 chip allows a 120W phone to add a larger capacity battery. But many people still complain that the 4600 mAh battery capacity is too small. So, Redmi has finally brought out the full strength of the Surge P1 chip this time, achieving the unbeatable combination of 5000 mAh plus 120W charging power. Compared to the Xiaomi 12 Pro, which also uses Surge P1 but with 400 mAh less, it charges 31% in 5 minutes, 62% in 10 minutes, and is fully charged in 19 minutes. Not only does it charge fast, but it also consumes less power. Combined with the power consumption data from the previous gaming section, the game consumes much less power than the 8 Gen 1 phone. It seems that one of the reasons for the K50 Pro's super long battery life is the Dimensity 9000.